Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to FTW3 Christmas at Ground Zero, which promises to be a rather holly, jolly night.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a way to begin Christmas at Ground Zero. Quite possibly one of the biggest heavy-hitting matches I will be seeing in FTW in some time. Void Mange set to go one-on-one with Disgruntled Clown. And Void Mange has proven himself quite the beast as of late. At one point, even managing to defeat two individuals back to back the same night. Very few people have been able to put Void Mange to the test. But one that we know who has in the past is the Disgruntled Clown.
And his opponent, from parts unknown, weighing in at 275 pounds, the Disaster Clown!
I wonder what sort of gifties are inside those presents here in FTW. That's from the Clown making his way to the ring. He had returned a few months back, essentially setting his target sight on Void Mange in some time, but we've seen these two going at it with nothing holding either of them back. Basically, they'll just be allowed to fight until one side finally comes out victorious, either through pinfall or submission. That's all there is to it. And the bell is rung, and Disgruntled Clown comes crashing right through Void Mange, keeping him down with a few stomps to the sternum, and just waits for him to get up. And showcases his strength, getting Void Mange up and back down again, and in comes Void Mange with the clothesline of his own. And Void Mange showcasing his own level of strength, basically returning the favor. And Disgruntled Clown looks like going for the trash can in hand. Heads back into the ring. Void Mange follows. Probably low across the back, and Void Mange with some elbows in the midsection, fighting back, gets into another hard-hitting clothesline, knocking the Disgruntled Clown down, and choke tosses him right into the corner. Disgruntled Clown may have regretted bringing in the trash can if it's going to be used on him in that manner. And for those wondering where my counterpart Gorilla is, well, as it turns out, gorillas do not celebrate Christmas. So he's essentially boycotting everything related to it. And face first into the apron. Disgruntled Clown bounces back. Sent away. Oh, are those steps made from, or made to look like they're icicles or diamonds? I imagine icicles. Not really icicles, but ice. There we go. Sent back in over the chocolate. And up on the shoulder. Off the top rope. What did you say? Was he going to drop him down onto that trash can? One count only. And White Mage coming in from behind. Crashing down as ooh. Right back up and standing splash from this Disgruntled Clown. Series of stomps and bringing up the lid. Trash can and just tosses it to the side of Void Mage's head. Here's a cover. Referee unable to get to the count or just really taking your time. Disgruntled Clown just basically running a hoedown on Void Mage's chest as he takes a seat up on the top rope. And over the top. Fortunately, Void Mage couldn't get his hands up to stop it. Giving clothesline, knocking him down into what looks like snow, but is actually spray painted wood. And Void Mage with a ladder. Setting it up on the outside, not quite certain as to why, and oh! That's why. Well, maybe not what he had in mind, but Disgruntled Clown crashing through the ladder, crashing it on top of Void Mage. Shoulder block, takes the Disgruntled Clown down, cover here. 2 count only. Brings him up, and face first, back down again. Here's the cover once more. And again, Disgruntled Clown getting out of there. Void Mage is going to look for something heavier. And sledgehammers will do it. Nice counter there from the Disgruntled Clown, who almost looks like he used a back elbow on Void Mage's face. Almost enough to actually put him away. Disgruntled Clown with that trash can down onto the head of Void Mage. Chopper across the world and now fighting back. This fight just basically turning into a slugfest at this point. Back and forth. Hard hit from the Disgruntled Clown, and again. And another one. Void Mage fires back, and Disgruntled Clown returns the favor. Finally deciding to bring a foot into a fist fight. As Void Mage brought up. And pop-up powerbomb. Tries for the sledgehammer shot, and again, not certain what happened there. Void Mage looks like he got the shoulder block, but whatever Disgruntled Clown did worked to keep him down. Unfortunately, the FTW does not believe in replays. Maybe Disgruntled Clown got his elbow up into Void Mage's throat or something. That's the only thing I can think of. Either way, it's ended up being impressive enough to garner a victory here for the Squirrel Clown.
And I don't need ya. The moment you resist or I'll beat ya. It's not your fault that you're always wrong. The real ones are there to justify us.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this will warm you up. Another Pits of Hell match, an FTW event favorite. 8 Vixens is set to go, well, 8 on 8. Or the winner is the one to not be thrown into the pits of hell. See 3 victims already off to the side. Very unfortunate for them, but that's the breaks. The last Pits of Hell matchup was won by Cyndi Sullivan, who was on a roll, and already goes the up, up, down, down champion, Tina Molina. Is that a sign of things to come for Busty and Tina? And you see Jessica Jenkins and Loba. Grace up to her feet. Geist looking around for someone. Catches Lana Star from behind. Dallas recovering in the corner. And Belladonna heading over to Jenkins and Grace. Loba with a drop kick to the knee. And it looks like Dallas might be on her way out, courtesy of Geist. Not quite yet. As Jenkins gets Lana Star. Finishing off with a fisherman suplex, but in comes Grace. And Grace, now up on the shoulders, manages to squirm her way through. And, ooh, counter there from Lana Star, just saving herself at the last second. Collides with Jenkins, sorry. And Dallas going hog wild on Geist. Ankle lock applied. At the very least, going to keep her vertical standing a bit in question. People often wonder why someone would do a submission hold in a battle royale. It weakens your opponent. And Jenkins sent to the corner as Lana Star goes now for Belladonna. And Dallas just giving a nice little back scratch on Lana Star. We have not seen any eliminations in some time. Now a back scratch on Geist. As Loba into the corner and countering out from Dallas as Geist getting a good see just how warm it is out there. The same with Grace. Belladonna with a clothesline on Loba. Dallas propped against the ropes, but fights back against Lana. And Lana, no! Dallas immediately comes back in. And Grace holding on. No! Grace, former FTW champion, now on her way to the back. As Loba, Lana Star turning her back on her. So we are down to 6. Geist with a high knee on Loba. She has Dallas up. And plops her back down with a Dominator. And what is this? Jenkins, the star up on her shoulders. Oh, sorry, not Star. That was Belladonna. And Lana Star feeling the heat. And the kick back against Loba. Now Lana Star sent to the corner as Jenkins down with the power bomb from Grace. Or Geist. Damn it, I don't know why I keep calling Geist Grace. And no! Geist managing to save herself there from Belladonna. As Loba stops herself again before hitting the ropes. Certainly the winner of this one will definitely jump up in the rankings toward the FTW Championship. As Belladonna props up Geist, has her up, maybe our third elimination. And Loba, oh no, Jenkins managing to get herself away from the ropes. And Geist saves herself there. Into a knee and neck breaker on Jenkins. And Loba over the top, but hopping up. And just get her way back in here. And Jenkins is gone. Thanks in part to Dallas. So now down to 5. Cross-arm suplex. As Geist now kicks Lana away. And no, Geist countered there. And just to get her way back in though. Gonna take a bit of a step back. Dallas is still a little too feisty for her good. Taking on everyone who comes in, but Belladonna finally gets her into the corner. And Lana Star saving herself from Loba. Chop across Belladonna's chest. And Geist comes in, knocking Dallas down. A triple threat match situation over on one side. Loba and Lana on the other. And Loba with Lana up on top of the ropes. Has her up, flipped up and over, can't defend herself. Into the fire goes Lana Star. So now down to 4. Halfway from where we started. And Geist, and out goes Belladonna.
A competitor has been eliminated.
So now we are down to 3. For those of you who cannot count. As Loba tries to come in from behind on Geist.
Has been eliminated.
And, oh, Dallas catcher.
Here is your winner, the Jester Geist.
So impressive victory here for Geist. Gotta wonder, or at least, well, I imagine, I know, dedicating this victory to her goddess, Anya, who's still over in Western Wrestling. Bootsie is finally getting the match that she has been wanting for the past few months. Zooey Nessy within her grasp, although she still has issues with Nyx in order to get rid of. Unfortunately for her, her attempts with Nessy did not go as well as she had hoped. In fact, at Survivor Series.
And from the pits of hell,
We'll see how Bootsie does here against Zooey. Hopefully a little better. Hopefully she'll be able to put this whole situation behind her and move on to where she wishes to be in her challenge against Kimberly. And a pause there, just getting confirmation that indeed that is a giant unicorn up on stage. So this is Zoe's first match, or first official match since returning to What's Up Wrestling. This is the FTW division, or actually in What's Up Wrestling as a whole. Back elbow to the face, bringing Bootsie back up to her feet. Hard hit turns Bootsie around and driven down. Knee to the back of the head. Nick's on the outside watching this one. And flying down. Power bomb from Bootsie, flips her up and knee to the face. Oh, Zooey getting a hands up, stopping that. And in she comes. First cover of the match. Just a 1 count. And just barely a 1 count at that. And then Zooey pulled over into the corner face first. Being choked out, and again being pulled from the corner. Seeing some trouble here. She rolls to the outside to garner some recovery, and no, dodges out of the way. Good reflexes there from Bootsie, the MMA competitor. Again, it's why she's looking to face off against Kimberly, who also came in as an MMA fighter. This whole business with Bootsie basically kind of sidelining her. Referee up to 7. And it's Bootsie who sends Zooey in, follows up at 8. This is another shot and rushing big boot from Zooey. Here's the cover. Just a 2 count for Zooey. But still, just when Bootsie thought that she was going to garner some momentum on her own end. Bootsie with something in her mind brought Zooey towards the furthest corner. Submission hold applied, but Bootsie with her foot on the bottom rope. Very wisely moving it there during the move itself. There's a back hook kick. And again, Zooey reverses. She's on top of Bootsie herself. Now Bootsie to her feet. And a tornado punch, but Bootsie remaining on her feet. Sent to the corner, still probably a bit dazed from that shot. Zooey ramming in the knee, but Bootsie fighting back. Into the ropes, ducks underneath. There's the midsection and a kick to the back of the head. They're just desperate to get in some punches on the flesh side of Zooey's face. Finally managing to fight back here. Stop now to the gut as Bootsie really putting on the shots against Zooey. Heading to the corner, waiting as Zooey gets up. A lot of momentum here and gets in, running knee, burying it in the chest. So Zooey finally hasn't had enough. But Bootsie fighting back herself. Into the ropes, running high kick straight to the face. Blah, right off the rebound too. But Zooey managing to kick out. Not exactly getting to her feet. Allowing Bootsie the opportunity for some high risk. Diving knee off the top rope. Counter from Zooey. Ooh, kind of a double kick out there from Bootsie, getting the ropes and then just kicking out. Perhaps remembering at the last second there that sometimes the referees just don't see it. I mean, the referee didn't automatically call it. There's Bootsie driven face first to the canvas. And here's a cover. And that is it. Unfortunately for Bootsie, that is another straight loss here. Here's hoping that Bootsie will just count her losses and move on and just let Zooey and Nix continue their fight with someone else or something. The briefcase hanging above the ring. Inside is Amy's contract. That's right, Killboy Powerhead coming right back for his woman. This is why Colin Stiles would have agreed to this sort of matchup, but I'm just seeing this as another opportunity to pound away at Powerhead and maybe garner back some momentum. His last few matches, he has taken a few losses, and maybe this is exactly why Killboy feels that today is the opportunity to make this challenge. Sorry.
From Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 227 pounds, Colin.
By the way, as you can see, we do not see Kim or Amy, outside joining up with Colin Stiles. Amy had left Killboy following Colin's return matchup. Celebrating Colin's victory over Killboy, and the next time we saw her, she was following after Colin, and who now draws into question the reality of tables. I assure you, if used, it will be noticeable. So, bell sounds. This one goes on. No referee in sight. No pinfalls. No submissions. No disqualifications or anything of the sort. You simply win by climbing the ladder and grabbing the briefcase. that again contains Amy's contract. And Stiles already looks like he might be going for the ladder. But Killboy from behind wants to keep the fight going instead. I'm surprised to hear me and Killboy issue the challenge. You'd think that he would want the ladder in the ring as swiftly as possible, but he just wants to focus on weakening Stiles, and that does not seem to be... Well, I was about to say that didn't seem to be going so well, but we see Killboy turning things around. Sitting out on the leg and stomp onto the chest, or the midsection, or the leg again, sorry. Well, just stomping in general. Both men colliding and chop across the chest. And another one with a bit more oomph. And Stiles going basically, you want to fight, we'll fight. I'm going back for that ladder. He'll figure it out. In the ring, the ladder goes, and in comes Powerhead. He collides with Stiles, and Stiles kicking him hard enough to send him wanting out of the ring. As Powerhead comes from behind, clothesline, and that ladder is basically flopping all over the place. Surprised we don't see a chair on the outside. We got the T and the L. No care. Powerhead up on top. Should have realized that wouldn't have worked. As in comes Style booting into Powerhead's face. And now basically playing a game of Chase Me. Before turning his attention completely away from Powerhead. And Powerhead just sort of... not certain what his motivation here is. Or his style. It's a very questionable one. I'm sure it'll pay off eventually. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Very quick in and out. I assume that Powerhead may not have even wanted Amy to begin with.
The following contest is a triple threat Extreme Rules match and is for the Fighting Extreme World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing the challenger from Berlin, Germany, Kimberly.
This is a special matchup made up by Cyndi Sullivan. A special Christmas wish, a special Christmas wish style three-way dance, in which there will be two pinfalls to finish this one. A triple threat elimination, as it were. And Cyndi Sullivan choosing Kimberly, as Kimberly was the greatest FTW champion prior to losing it almost a year ago. Back at day 10. And prove that she is just as good, if not better, than Kimberly as FTW champion. Now, as for her second choice of opponents.
Waiting for you, someone new. In my life, I'm tired to be so alone.
And introducing the challenger from New York, Dynamite.
Alongside Cyndi Sullivan, clamoring for an entire FTW division, Busty Buffy St.Claire was another strong voice calling out for that as well. So basically, Cyndi Sullivan wanting to give props for that. But other than that, that's really about the only reason that Busty is here. She has not had the most grandiose career here in FTW, but she has the opportunity to walk out as its champion and enter the new year with that very belt. So this could be the night where she turns things all around. After all, it took Cyndi Sullivan a bit to manage to become champion, but there she is.
My friends don't walk, they run. Skinny dipping rabbit holes for fun. Popping balloons with guns. Getting high off helium. We paint white roses red. Each shade from a different person said this dream is a killer. Getting drunk with a blue caterpillar. The skin off my face. 'Cause now we hate being safe.
For the longest time, Cyndi Sullivan has been dreaming of becoming FTW champion. Getting rather close at one point, but losing it in that last three-way dance that she was involved with. It wasn't until the Bikini Party Summer event where she really showed what she was made of. Absolutely dominating all other 5 competitors in that Hell in a Cell barbed wire 60-minute Iron Man matchup, earning herself an opportunity to challenge for the FTW Championship. And when she did, well, you see the results. And she has been champion ever since. Although I have to wonder if she is a bit distracted. As we know, her close friend, or what she would hope to be a close friend, and Richie Ellis, has not been seen since her casket was taken away by Betsy Miller that week prior to Survivor Series. And honestly, knowing Betsy Miller is not a very comfortable position that Richie has been left in. But here we go. Cyndi with a lot to prove here, going straight for Kimberly, and Busty wisely keeping herself out of the fray. Again, this is a 3-way dance, so don't expect to see too many people interfering with pinfalls or submissions. And Busty having a look of fear when she realized what she had done. And already Cyndi going for a submission hold. Thighs locked around Busty's head as Busty turns things around. Needed elbow shots, and in comes Cyndi with a sling blade. But Kimberly having hold of her. Round to top, and several shots across the side of the head. As Kimberly again sent to the outside. As Cyndi drives a knee into Busty's face. Brings her up. Sets her up again. A split-legged reverse DDT, I suppose you can call it. Another cover first cover on Busty. The first thing there was the submission attempt as Kimberly with a steel chair, propping it up again in the corner. As Cyndi now takes a break on the outside. Again, not that it really matters. Cyndi does not need to stop any kind of pinfall or submission. She could spend the entirety of the match outside until someone were eliminated. Oh, Busty, well, standing tall here. Goes now for Kimberly and Busty. The only one standing at all. Not something I thought we would be seeing, but there it is. Busty into the ropes. Cyndi ducks underneath. Leapfrogs and catches her with a side boot to the face. Knocking Cyndi down and tries for a gut punch, but Kimberly just a little faster. Into the ropes, managing to counter out there at the clothesline. As Busty coming into the sledgehammer in hand cover on Kimberly. And you see Busty standing back. Sledgehammer to Cyndi and sledgehammer to Kimberly. As Busty has Kimberly and gives her a good shot to the face. Move there, but backstabber from Kimberly, and Cyndi could be eliminated first. What an unfortunate turn of events for Cyndi if she were the first one eliminated. Busty sent to the corner and giving a full taste of Cindy's backside there as she notices the steel chair propped in the corner. Across the knees. As Kimberly remains on the outside for who knows how long, at least until she finds something to bring in, and the ladder. And Cyndi taking a variation of the moose on the loose.
A competitor has been eliminated.
And just like that, Busty is gone. Honestly, I don't think anyone was surprised by that outcome, especially with Busty being the first one eliminated. But Cyndi is just one victory away from perhaps proving herself as the dominant FTW champion. Cyndi or Busty remains on the outside, just now recovering. And what is Cyndi going for here? Very unfortunate thing for the PMB. The Pretty Mean Bitches. Tina was the first one eliminated in that Pits of Hell match. And now Busty will have to go back and join her. As Cyndi gets a taste of German cuisine now. Face first on the outside. He said earlier, just spray painted wood. Having both fists down across Kimberly's face. And kicking her with that one of those spiked heels. Chair in hand. For a brief moment there, the ring was set up like a TLC matchup. As Cyndi sent running as Kimberly brings her back up. Maybe ready to... Oh, I was about to say, maybe ready to start an offense of her own, but... Cyndi managing to counter out, but Kimberly fighting back. That brief respite when Cyndi was getting the steel chair may have done her some good. And it looks like it'll be sledgehammer versus chair. Unfortunately, Cyndi was not able to connect. She left. And backdrop from Kimberly. Was brought up and fought back from Cyndi. Ooh. Spits out something. How long has she been holding that in her mouth? Here's the cover on a blinded Kimberly. And as a result, Cyndi Sullivan now defeats Kimberly. And she's finally claimed her spot as the dominant FTW champion. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen, as now it's a great deal of who, if anyone, will manage to take this title from Cyndi. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to One Hell of a Night FTW3 Christmas at Ground Zero. We will see you next time for Christmas Chaos. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell the psychiatrist something is wrong. Over the bed, entirely bonkers. You like me.